Hi, everybody. I hope you are having a great Friday. I wanted to touch base with you. I know there's a big agenda this weekend. We got Valentine's Day, we've got Super Bowl, lots happening. And I thought it would be a great time. Yesterday we talked about fitness. Today, really to focus more on relationships. And I know Valentine's Day sometimes is a holiday that gets us thinking about love and the people that we care about. And I wanted to share with you an experience I had now 1 year ago that really brought that home for me. So some of you know I had a concussion a year ago and vertigo, which I know is pretty common, but if you haven't experienced it, it is a wild ride. 1 minute I was playing with my kids, having a great time. The next minute I had a concussion and vertigo and didn't know what was happening. And of course, it being in the middle of COVID, we did a telemedicine checkup with a doctor who said, yeah, for sure, that's what it is. You know, don't go to sleep. Have your husband wake you through the night to make sure that it's not getting worse. And in my usual character, I kind of thought like, oh, this is no big deal. I'll kind of sleep it off, take it easy, and this will go away. And I realized a week later, I was so sensitive to light, to sound. I had trouble thinking straight. I actually couldn't articulate my words, even when I was speaking to the doctor that night. And I started to realize something might be a little more serious. So Rob drove me into the doctor, and of course I failed every test, and that's where we learned that not only was it concussion, but vertigo on top of it, which has you pretty disoriented and feeling like you could pass out or collapse at any time. So what started there was weeks of really trying to follow the doctor's orders, which at that time was to take 2 weeks off of work, no screens, to sit in a dark room, to not read, write, not even listen to audiobooks or music, really anything that would stimulate my brain. So that was really a shock. I've had a lot of injuries. Some of the injuries we have, feel really debilitating, but to have your brain at risk, it was just something that hadn't really entered my mind before. And the thought of not being able to even engage in conversation as freely as I do now with my loved ones, with my husband and kids, as we were quarantining at home, was a total nightmare. So for weeks I walked around even inside my sun-filled house with sunglasses on. Any chance I could get, I'd upgrade to a sleep mask. My kids knew not to bounce balls in the house like they often do, and tried to be quiet around me because of just that extreme sensitivity to sound. And I know it was scary for them watching it all, but they were brave for sure. And listen, I got through it, was healed, but it was an amazing wake-up call of when everything stops, and maybe you experienced this during the pandemic, or if you've had, life-threatening illness, to really just stop and take stock of what is important. And in those moments, in my dark moments in rooms with total silence and no brain stimulation, you learn really quickly what is most important. And it's not a lot of the stuff that we spend our time on or our energy on. It's those relationships. It's that love with whoever is important in your life. So as we go into what sometimes can be a pretty commercial holiday filled with big expectations, I just encourage you to open up your heart with the people that you love. That could be family members, friends, whoever it is, and tell them how you feel. And tell them that you appreciate them, and really invest the time to be with them, because this life, it is precious, and we get those rare reminders of just how precious it is. So it's worth it to use every minute that we have and to be really open with that heart of yours. The brain's important. What's in here is even more important. So I'm wishing you love and togetherness this Valentine's Day, this weekend, and always. Until next time.